But moving on to the next topic at hand, Triple H has been named the chief content officer of WWE. With his new promotion, Triple H will oversee live events, talent relations, talent development, and creative services. And the promotion came after a 15% spike in the ratings, as well as double the amount of social media engagement since he was promoted to head of creative. So, good move, bad move. How do you feel about this move? You already know how I feel, but I wanted to get your
Yeah.
impressions on this new change.
Well, I kind of saw it coming,
Mm,
just because it's something that everyone's been wanting for a while, and I didn't really see Stephanie wanting to deal with this. Like,
yeah.
I figured they gave her the title because it was an easier transition considering everything that's happened with Vince. But like in terms of like someone who's actually was like the brains behind everything, I don't think she was making all these decisions by herself. You could
Mm,
totally tell that a lot of the moves we were seeing on TV and the bookings, like it was already like a Triple H product. It was just
yeah.
her name behind it, and it's just like, well, you might as well. Like we're not thanking her when we see this shit going on. We
Right.
thanking him.
That's a fact. That's
You
a
know,
full-blown
so
fact.
it felt like it was natural, for the most part. I want to say he's been doing a great job. There's maybe one or two things I got my foot on his neck for. Signing Braun is one of them. Still mad about the Clash of the Castle match ending,
With
post match
Drew.
ending. But other than that, he's been doing a great job. I'm super excited. I don't think anyone's more fit for this opportunity than Triple H, considering that he's someone who's been in the business, laced up a pair of boots. He's been part of so many things that happen in wrestling history. I mean, like he was part of the WCW wars, you know what I mean?
Right.
All the way up until what he did now, currently. And then he's also been, associated with Stephanie, which means he's been closer to the McMahons, which means he's been picking up business mindsets and how you're supposed to book a show and, how this company was truly built from the inside out. So I just feel like he's like, there's no one more perfect for this role than him. And he's definitely fit with the times, which is what I love about him. He definitely adjusts to the environment instead of having like a boomer like complex to how wrestling should be. He definitely gets in with the times. He's very open to picking up talent from different promotions. He's always keeping his eyes out everywhere. And
Mm-hmm.
he's young. Compared to Vince McMahon, we had like this old demented 70, 80-year-old fuck. You know what I mean? you know like something was something was going out.
Right.
It was a frayed wire and going on in there. But we
Something
got
was
someone
missing.
younger, fresh. Yeah, someone that is just ready, and I just feel like is built for this. So I mean, congratulations to Triple H. I was elated. I mean, honestly, like I'm still happy about it.
Right. I I feel like this is one of those moves that just kind of needed to happen. I feel like it's interesting because the chief content officer wasn't a position that was known previously in WWE, at least until now. Like, I've never heard of a chief content officer. You've heard executive producer, head of creative, but you never heard chief content officer. But one, I think that the title itself puts him kind of in the same conversation and level as a Stephanie and a Nick Khan because they're both co-CEOs. And just from a title perspective, like WWE is such a big company and they do so much that I feel like head of creative may have not encapsulated correctly everything that Hunter was doing. So I'm glad that they kind of gave him that title. I'm glad that they gave him that promotion. And oh yeah, and that money. I hope that they he's been getting his back. He's been ever since he's been back from his health scare. That man has been putting in all the work, and he deserves all the money. Um, I think that it's about damn time, and I think that this is a great move for him. I think that this is something that can also be a morale boost to the locker room because now you have an executive like Triple H who has developed so many good personal relationships with a lot of the talent, whether it's people he brought in from the Indies or people that he helped grow and mentor through NXT. Um, has he made a couple decisions that I'm like, but like not everybody's gonna make all the right decisions, right? I think we need to give our mans a little bit of grace. But I think that this is well overdue, and I think that he 100% deserves it. I'm interested to kind of see who he employs kind of under his leadership, because he reports to Tony Khan, but that means who's going to report to him. I feel like Shawn Michaels is going to be one of those people. I feel like Road Dogg is going to be another one of those people. But I'm just kind of really, really eager to see kind of where he kind of goes from here and who he employs. This is a sidebar question. Do you think that this promotion and this position, do you think that this contributes to a Triple H being the GOAT conversation?
Oh, hell yeah. Hell
Mm,
fucking yeah. Like, I mean, you could sit here and hate on his Cerebral Assassin era, but like post Cerebral Assassin era Triple H, he definitely has made like such a big comeback and made so many contributions to wrestling in general. It's very hard to hate this man. You
very
know what I
true.
mean? There's not too many people that, dislike Triple H for good reason, I should say.
Mm,
You know what I mean? He definitely has worked hard to rewrite his wrongs,
hmm.
and like I said, I'm happy. I have like zero complaints. I feel like the company could only go up from here. Of course, he has a lot of a lot of work to clean up, a big mess to clean up, I should say. But it's getting done. It will get done. Kind of makes me wish that this decision was made a couple years ago when wrestling was falling flat for the past 3-ish years.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
but I'm happy. Like I'm so happy that this is going on.
I, I I agree with that for sure. I think that this contributes to the GOAT conversation, and even in his Cerebral Assassin era, even in his era of wrongs, he was still doing right. Like, bro gave us Randy Orton, bro gave us Batista, bro gave us a revitalized Ric Flair, bro gave Shawn Michaels one of the best rivalries of Shawn Michaels' career, and considering how prestigious and illustrious his career has been, the fact that Shawn was one of Hunter's best rivals, and Hunter kind of gave new life to him after he came back in '02, I think says a lot about Hunter and his work ethic and his ability to kind of elevate the things around him. So even in his era of wrongs, bro was still doing right. Um, but yeah, I think this definitely contributes to the GOAT conversation, because when you think about the guys that are held in high revere and high esteem in our business, in this business, um, Austin, Rock, Terry, because I'm not calling him Hogan, Cena, um, like all these guys. Like, I think Cena has had a, a run for 20 years. Hunter's had a run for nearly 30 in every phase of the business. When we're talking about from being, being somebody's sidekick to being in his prime, to building factions, to being an executive. He's literally covered all the bases of everything a pro wrestler wants to be. I think in this business, multiple time world champion, first ballot Hall of Famer, not one, not two, but three Hall of Fame worthy factions, Evolution DX, uh, what was it? Best for Business, whatever it was called, because he gave us Seth Rollins. But I think that this definitely puts Hunter in, I think, top two or top three greatest of all time, in my opinion. Um,
Yeah, he doesn't really get his flowers when you think about it. But
he
again, I
doesn't.
think it's because a lot of people are stuck on what he did when he was younger. That
Mm-hmm.
they're afraid to credit him. And yeah, he held the world heavyweight championship a lot, but it's weird because I feel like a lot of people still don't really mention him when they like think about that title or that whole era. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you hear people like Cena or you hear like Batista, even though Batista really wasn't there for that long.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting with the way people treat Triple H because it's rare for me as a fan when I ask someone, "Oh, who's your favorite wrestler?" Like it's rare that I ever hear Triple H. I probably know one whole person out of all the fans I know that says, "Yeah, Triple H is like my guy." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, we got one. We got two
That
now.
was me. That's me. Yeah. I'm one of them.
Damn, that's crazy. It's insane. But I when I hear the arguments, it makes sense. But I don't think any other fan thinks about it.
Mm,
Like he really is like the workhorse of WWE, like he's like
absolutely.
the underdog. Even
Absolutely.
though like he's always been there, he's always been around. It just for some reason never like clicked in my head that like, yo, he literally is that guy. Like he's a
Through and through and through. And we want to know, y'all opinions on my guy Hunter. Is he the GOAT? Does this position and promotion make him the GOAT? How do you guys feel about this promotion and position? But we're going to be moving the hell on. And